In our universe, there are many worlds, and here is where we talk about them. Welcome to Otherworldly Podcast. Welcome to Otherworldly Podcast, a place where we talk about all things out of the ordinary. I'm your host, Kerry California, and in today's episode, we will be discussing personal ghost encounters. So my first encounter with a spirit occurred when I was about 12 years old, and it happened at night when I was sleeping in my bed. I have a tendency of tossing and turning while I sleep. Typically, I will wake up briefly in the middle of that toss and turn, and this occasion was no different. So as I'm tossing and turning, I wake up briefly and I realized that the covers had slipped off of my body and they were now kind of over my stomach. So I went to pull them up toward my neck and shoulders, and I realized that the covers were like stuck. They wouldn't move, which was really weird, and I was half awake, so I didn't understand really what was happening. So I briefly opened up my eyes and I look and I see almost like this triangle shape that the blankets are doing over my stomach. So it's like partially suspended in midair. I didn't really understand it, and I just kind of chalked it up to I'm half asleep. I don't know, maybe I'm still dreaming, but I go and I yank on the blanket again, and it would not move for nothing. I was truly playing tug of war with this blanket, and it was just very weird because it almost felt like there truly was a force holding it back from being pulled on down to me. And in that moment, it was instinctual. I knew something was very, very wrong. I went to go yell for my mom. I'm trying to yell. Truly, I'm very petrified that no sound whatsoever was coming out of my mouth. And I felt just very hopeless and very scared. I truly couldn't even move. At the time, I was being raised in a Christian home, so I thought automatically maybe this was an entity of sorts that just was trying to mess with me or get my attention. I didn't know what it wanted, but because of my upbringing, I thought, okay, I need to say a prayer and ask for help because this is just truly beyond me. I don't understand what's happening. So that's exactly what I did. I went ahead, I said a prayer, I asked God for protection, I said amen, and then before I knew it, the experience was over. The blanket dropped and I still was petrified. I'm sitting up in my bed at this point and I really don't know what in the world just happened, but I definitely knew something very real just took place because I truly physically felt this blanket and I truly physically tried to call for my mother, and this all was very real. It wasn't a dream. So with that, needless to say, I did not get any ounce of sleep after that. I stayed up and watched the sunrise because I was so afraid to close my eyes. That's all for today. Join us next week for another episode of Otherworldly Podcast. Thanks for listening.